heading into mediation this morning at the Human Rights Tribunal of Ontario, and I thought I'd give you an update on some of the changes to the rules. Most importantly, if you filed your application, or if you do file an application after June 1st, 2025, then mediation is mandatory, with some tiny exceptions if you apply and have a really good reason for why it shouldn't be. So that's a big change. When you get to mediation, though, I think it's really important to remember that regardless of whether it's mandatory or not, it is still a voluntary process, and that sure, you have to show up, both sides do, but in the end you can show up and not make an offer, right? So even when you go in and you're hopeful that the company is going to come, of course there is a requirement that they participate in good faith, make every effort they can, but they don't have to make an offer. And the mediator, who is an adjudicator from the tribunal, on the day doesn't have any authority to force anybody to actually make an offer or take an offer or move the dial on whatever their offer is. All of that is still a voluntary process. So that's really important. I think it's really, really handy to brush up on some negotiation skills if you're doing this by yourself. And also remember to be reasonable, because the outcomes of mediation are not going to be what they would be if you went to a hearing and you were successful. And a lot of that comes down to the fact that you're getting some certainty, you're avoiding the delay, the potential cost of hiring a lawyer, the complicated process of running a hearing, which is very time consuming and involved and really hard to navigate if you're not a lawyer, even if you are, frankly. So all of those things mean that you're going to settle for less than you could get if you were successful. So just keep those things in mind, and best of luck.